I made the decision to stay. I grew up down here, and I'm a fisherman, a surfer, an avid meteorologist, I suppose. The height of the storm, high tide, was I think 8:58 p.m. that night. That's really when I started to get nervous. There was just so much debris, and I mean, lumber, poles, boats, garbage, you name it, coming up the block. I was actually looking out of my back door, the sliding glass door. I could see something poking out from the corner, and all I had was a little headlamp on. And when I realized what it was, I called Joanne. I said, "You're not going to believe this. Look at the size of this boat." It got caught on all the wires on the corner, and it ended up pivoting to the right, where it was basically in line with the front of my house and the steps. As the surge and the wind were trying to push it forward, the lines would stretch and would push the boat backwards. And as I was doing that, was bringing wave action on the front of the house. Plus, it was actually banging into my railing. It broke the railing, it broke the stoop. I kind of waded out to it and climbed up into it. And I had to find where the battery switches were located, which I did, and I turned them on. And then I figured I was going to have to, cut the wires to the ignition and just hotwire it. But when I climbed up into the bridge, the keys were in it. It didn't make it far, maybe 5 or 10 feet, but it was enough for the boat to get hard to ground. And then that way I didn't have to worry about it coming back through my house when the tide turned around. After I came back in from moving the boat, and it looked like I was going to start getting water in my house, which from the height of my house, I didn't think there would ever be any water in the house, and it was basically solely my decision to stay. I started thinking, I think I made a big mistake, and I might have been putting myself and my family in harm's way. So that was probably my strongest thought, that, I should have left. I should have heeded the warnings. I mean, it was fortunate nothing happened, but if Con Edison didn't shut the power off when they did, or if the power didn't go off when it did, this would have been just like Breezy Point. These houses are so close. The water was over my electric service, so it would have went on fire. It would have burnt the whole town down. Where would I go? My kids are 2, 3, and 6. My mother's 65. I can't carry them on my shoulders. These houses were bungalows. A lot of them were built from scrap lumber and stuff. They were built on the ground, no foundations. It was just a summer hideaway. As industry and jobs started to spring up around the area in Queens and stuff, people started to stay and make these permanent residences. A lot of these homes, if they go ahead and turn around and say, well, you're going to have to raise your house to a certain amount of feet, it's just not possible from an engineering standpoint or from a financial standpoint for a lot of people. Who are you going to get to buy your home? Even if you have somebody who has the money, wants to live on the water in a close-knit island community, with all the questions looming overhead, who are you going to get as a potential buyer? People are going to be stuck. People are upset, they're angry, and desperation's going to set in.